Okay guys, so the first part of the Storm Eagle build, we're going to do the actual sides of the main body of the craft. So for this part, you're actually going to need the left and right sides, basically, of the craft. You're going to need the left and right engines in the resin parts, the landing gear compartments, and the jet covers. Those are the resin bits that you're going to need. And off of your plastic sprues, you need the two engine components, the fans and the vents at the back. You're going to need the inside of the panels, you're going to need the control mechanisms here. You're going to need the front jets, and these bits and bobs will all go together to give you the basic side panel, obviously not got the doors on yet, of your Storm Eagle. So we're going to do that now and show you what the finished components are going to look like. Once you've got everything clipped off the sprues, you're going to want to make sure that you've warmed everything up to straighten out any warps, gone over to smooth out any mould lines and bits and bobs. I have found on mine, even though these are the recasts from Forge World that I had to send, that they had to wait to send me, there is still this hole and really thin hollow bit here, so I'm going to have to pop a bit of green stuff into there and smooth that out. So I'm going to do all this off camera because I hate building on camera, don't do it very well. So I'll be back in a minute or two, well, a couple of seconds for you, a couple more minutes for me, once everything's all together. Right, so a little bit of building, a little bit of green stuffing and a little bit of moulding later. We have two side panels with engines mounted on. Still a little bit of a bend in them, but they'll straighten out once we get the rest of the bits and bobs all glued together with the top and the bottom chassis. So the vents in here have a little bit of movement to them. They're captivated in by the casing on the inside there and the instrument panel on the inside there, because there's an assault ramp here. The engine mounts onto the three brackets. Not a very good fit, absolute pig. So got it mounted in as best as I could, and I've used some liquid green stuff to fill a couple of the gaps and then smoothed down over the top of it, because the green stuffing just didn't work. There was too much of a difference between the level of this and the level of this, so I've had to take a Dremel to the top and put a little bit of a ramp onto it to just scale it across. That bit of green stuff there again is filling that hole that I showed you in here, and again once that's painted over it will look better than that. It has had a bit of sandpaper over the top of it. Plastic fan on the front of the engine compartment, plastic vents on the back, and that's the landing compartment, the landing gear compartment onto there as well. So that's one side, and this one exactly the same, just the other way around again. Vents captivated, engine, landing gear compartment, green stuff, lots of green stuff. So the next bit that we're going to need to do is the bottom section and the top section at the back here, and a bulkhead in the middle, so we can assemble the basic layout of the craft and then spray and start to paint some of the detail on the inside. So the next bits that you're going to need are the rear section of the top hull, the front section of the bottom hull, the centre bulkhead, and one of the plastic front assault ramps, and you will have to shorten these spurs at the side down to fit into the Storm Eagle kit. So I'm going to get that together and show you what we're looking at. Okay, so barring the actual front plate here where the cockpit sits, that is the basic hull assembly done. Now in this instance, what I normally do with most of my vehicles is I'll assemble everything and I tend to have the doors shut. I'm actually going to spray the inside of this, and I'm going to have the front door and the rear hatch opening, so I'm going to pick out the detail on the inside, consoles, panels, the floor, the winches, bulkhead here, and on this side again the panels, the bulkhead doors, and everything here, so I'm actually going to go a little bit more to town than I normally would and do the inside of this craft as well. So before I actually put the top section on and do any more, I'm going to spray the inside and do a little bit of painting in here. So this is the basic hull assembly of the Storm Eagle done. I hope that gives you an idea of how the craft itself fits together. Just to show you again all the bits that we've done so far then. So the thrusters, which aren't glued but are captivated in place by the covers here. Landing gear assembly, which comes and slots onto the side here. Okay. Engine mounts into there, and they're an awkward fit. Absolute pig of a fit, but nothing's ever perfect. The plastic pieces. Bottom hull section. Top hull section, and of course the dividing bulkhead in the middle here. So that's what we've done so far with everything. I'm going to break out the spray paint, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers for watching. Bye.